What's up YouTube? I'm Zachary Cullen with Tenacity Food and Fitness. Tenacity Food and Fitness is a channel where I use my 7+ years of culinary experience and my experience as a personal trainer to find that balance between meals that are really going to help you get to your fitness goals, plenty of protein, low calorie to help you stay nice and lean, but also have those skills so that you can make those foods taste really good. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through my favorite recipe for deviled eggs. I don't know why I've been on this egg kicklet recently, but yeah, I just want to make another video about eggs because I just love eating them so much, and deviled eggs is definitely one of my favorite preparations of eggs. If you guys like the content and you want to see more, make sure that you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more videos. So to start this off, we're just going to take one of those onions and just dice them up nice and small so that they're ready to go into the pan. Once your onions are diced up, go ahead and take a pan. I'm using a cast iron pan, and just put it over some medium high heat and just let it preheat. Once your pan's getting hot, go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of olive oil and just keep heating it until it starts to whisk. Alright, so once that pan's nice and hot, go ahead and throw your diced onions in there, and now we're just sauteing them. I want you to start with a medium-high heat in the pan, and then once the onions start to become a little bit more translucent, you can go ahead and start turning down your heat so that that caramelization process happens slow enough so that the onions don't burn before the inside gets nice and soft and you're able to get all that moisture out of your onions. So once your onions are kind of going and you have the temperature down and you can kind of leave them alone a little bit without them burning, I want you to go ahead and just take your eggs and put them in a medium saucepan and fill them up with 1 inch of water over the eggs. Once you have your eggs in the pan and there's water 1 inch above the eggs, just go ahead and put a lid on top of that, put it over high heat, and wait for the eggs to start to come up to a boil. And once the eggs start to boil, you can go ahead and just turn your burner all the way down and let them sit on top of the burner for about 12 minutes. While your eggs are boiling, you can go ahead and take that second onion and start julienning it. So you're just going to take the onion, you're going to go long ways kind of with the grain of the onion, and you're just going to chop it super thin so that you got these nice little long strands of onion. So once your caramelized onions are nice and golden brown and they're soft to kind of chew on, right? They're nice and sweet, and they've the natural sugars in the onions have reduced down. Just take them off the heat, put them into a bowl, and just sit them off to the side and let them cool down. So now you're going to take that cast iron pan, you're going to put it back on the heat, and you're just going to rip it on high heat. And then you're going to go and take your julienne onions, season them with that taco seasoning, and throw them in that wicked hot high heat pan, and just let them cook in that pan until they're nice and blackened and crispy on the outside. So you might need to adjust the temperature with these two and really stay on top of them. My apartment got a little bit smoky when I was making these, so just be weary of that. Make sure that you have your vent on and just kind of be pulling them on and off the heat, and really just keep an eye on those onions and make sure that you don't burn your house or whatever. So once the timer goes off on your eggs, you can take them off the heat, strain the hot water out, be very careful so that the eggs don't come out of the water, and then you're just going to shock them with cold water. So you want to get the hot water out there as soon as possible, and then you want to put the cold water onto the eggs, and this helps to stop the cooking process so they don't continue to cook after your intended time for them to cook. So once the eggs have cooled down in the cold water, you can go ahead and take them out of the sink, and now you're just going to start peeling them. So I just like to crack them a little bit and get it delicately started. You want to just use the very tips of your fingers to kind of just get the little pieces off, and then once you get it going, it starts to become more easy. And yeah, and then you're just going to go ahead and rinse it in the cold water that's still in the saucepan, and then just put them on your cutting board. So once you have all of your eggs peeled, you can just take your knife and cut them down the center, and then you're going to just pop the egg yolk out and put them in the same metal bowl that your caramelized onions are in. So now that our eggs have the yolks out, we're just going to take those egg whites up and we're going to line them up on a plate and get ready to serve them. So now that we have our egg whites on the plate ready to go, and we have our egg yolks with the caramelized onions, we're going to add about a teaspoon of lemon juice, salt and pepper to taste, about a tablespoon of ground mustard, and about 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And then you're just going to take a spoon and really just start whipping it and incorporating all of the egg yolk evenly into the mixture so you have a nice smooth creamy egg filling. So once your egg mixture is all nice and incorporated, you can just transfer that into a plastic bag, and then I just cut the tip off of the plastic bag to make my own little makeshift piping bag. So once you have your piping bag with your egg mixture, you just want to evenly distribute it onto all the egg whites. Once that filling has been evenly distributed between all of the egg whites, you just want to top them with those blackened onions that we made earlier. And then I like to kind of dust them with a little bit of that taco seasoning, just for kind of like a garnish. So once your eggs are nice and garnished, they're ready to serve. It's pretty good finger food. If you're having a bunch of people over, you can make a bunch of these up. The taste is really savory, and I think the onions adds a natural depth to this dish that isn't traditionally there with the way that deviled eggs are normally made. So in my opinion, I just think it's a fun way to kind of twist it up, take an old school dish like a deviled egg and just kind of revitalize it and give it some life. And then again, also just finding ways to take something like the egg that has plenty of healthy fats and lots of protein, and just getting you the abilities and the skills to be able to incorporate foods like that into your diet. So if you like videos like this and you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned, because I got plenty of videos coming soon.